Very good morning, student. Today we start our lecture 6 of water management on the determination of soil moisture constant. Yesterday class we studied the 6 soil moisture constant, that is the maximum water holding capacity, field capacity, permanent wilting point, ultimate wilting point, hygroscopic coefficient and the moisture equivalent. And in today's class, how we determine those moisture constant will be studied. The determination of soil moisture constant mainly such as maximum water holding capacity, field capacity, permanent wilting point, moisture equivalent, how we will do? First we'll start with the determination of maximum water holding capacity of the soil. As we have studied in yesterday class, what is maximum water holding capacity? That is the total where the both macropores and micropores are filled with water. We consider it as a saturation capacity or maximum water holding capacity of the soil. Under that condition, how we will measure the moisture content? See, for this, the material required is, we required a mortar and pestle, we have 0.5 mm C, we have keen box or the keen racoscopic box, we will say, we require filter paper, spatula, we require void tray, physical balance, watch glass, desiccator, hot air oven and soil sample that is required for determination of maximum water holding capacity. See, before that, we need to understand that under saturated condition, the soil moisture tension is 0 and the water content in the soil saturation is approximately double that of a field capacity. If it if field capacity the percentage of water is 15%, then it is 30% in case of maximum water holding capacity. Yes. The procedure for determining the maximum water holding capacity of the soil is, first we have to take the air dry soil sample, break the aggregate as far as possible and pass through the 0.5 mm sieve, then crush the residue as much as possible, then mix the sieved material together, then weigh on a watch glass and the brass box along with the filter paper placed inside a perforated bottom. There is a Keen's cup, a Keen's Rokosova's cup. So we have to take the soil sample, we have to break it and we have to pass it through the 0.5 mm sieve. Then by means of spatula, transfer the soil sample load by taking 5 to 6 gram each time, so fill the box, that is Keen's box or Keen's cup. For uniform packaging, tap the box gently and add with each addition of filling process. Then next, place the brass box containing soil water in a water and for a saturation overnight. The next day, remove the box, wipe it for dry outside and weigh on the watch glass. After weighing, you place the box in an oven dry for 105 degrees, so at a temperature of 105 degrees, and dry it at a constant weight. Cool the brass box in a desiccator and weigh on a watch glass. The next, apply a correction factor for the amount of water absorbed by the filter paper. Weigh the 5 filter paper together, saturate them with water, roll gently a glass rod over them, squeeze out water uniformly. Here I can explain it. This is how. This is a Keen's cup. What we have to do, we have to take a soil sample, pass through that, dry it, powder it and pass through 0.5 mm C. Then you have to place this in a Keen's cup. Followed by, we have to saturate for a day water holding capacity of the soil. Then we have to place it on a watch glass. The next day we have to dry it in a water oven at a temperature of 105 degree centigrade. Then after that, how to calculate the maximum water holding capacity of the soil is equal to weight of the moist soil divided by weight of oven dry soil multiplied with 100. You get the maximum water holding capacity. So what is the weight of moisture? It is weight of that is B minus C minus D. What is B? That is weight of brass box plus filter paper plus saturated soil. Then it is subtracted with the weight of the brass box, filter paper and oven dry soil. We will get the moisture content in the soil minus the moisture content in the filter paper, where you weigh it 4 to 5 and weigh the moisture content in the soil. Then followed by weight of divided by weight of brass box, filter paper, oven dry soil, subtracted with weight of brass box plus filter paper, gives you the maximum water holding capacity of the soil. The first constant, that is soil moisture constant, that is maximum water holding capacity, can be calculated with this formula. This is one good example for this. The second is determination of field capacity by field method. See how to calculate the field capacity, the second condition. So yesterday in class we studied that field capacity is a condition of the soil after 2 to 3 days of irrigation or 2 to 3 days of rainfall, where maximum water has been drained out under the influence of gravity. So for that we have to make a 1 by 1 meter plot where we have to irrigate such that the soil has to be under the condition of saturation. Leave it for 48 to 72 hours in clay soil and 24 to 36 hours in a sandy soil after the saturation, where excess amount of water has been drained out and the water is present only in the micropores. And the soil moisture tension at field capacity is generally 0.1 to 0.3 bar. We will study in detail. So the material required is the spade, straw mulch, screw agar, moisture can, physical balance, and drying oven. So what we will do, the procedure here is, so we represent the spot is taken in a field. Consider a place where no shade is there, generally at a higher elevation, 1 by 1 meter plot. Then remove the weeds from that particular area to avoid the transpiration loss. Pound the water heavily, area desired such that you have to bring the condition of saturation. Then take the soil sample and after that take the soil sample after 48 to 72 hours, throw a screw agar and place it in a hot air oven at 105 degrees centigrade, where the field capacity can be calculated by weight of soil moisture divided by final dry weight of the soil multiplied by 100. The next determination of the third soil moisture content, that is permanent wilting point. How we will do it? So generally yesterday class we talked about permanent wilting point can be determined by the two methods. One is the field method, one is laboratory method. Laboratory method by the pressure paper membrane apparatus, and the field method by the sunflower technique as a indicator plant for wilting deficiency. For this we required around 600 capacity can with a lid. We required sunflower seeds. We required glass tubes, moisture can, physical balance, hot air oven, bell jar with or a cabinet with a polythene cover, water trays, and a soil sample. The procedure here to determine the water content at a permanent wilting point, the constant. So first fill out uniformly 5 cans having a drain hole at the bottom about 600 grams in a air dry. Then soak 5 seeds of sunflower in each can and allow them to germinate. Then after germination, reduce the seedling 2 to 3 so that only 1 seedling or 2 seedling maximum should be there. So it shows an indication. Then watch the plant for wilting symptom and confirm that symptoms are permanent by keeping the can in a humid chamber and a small tray containing the water. And allow the plant overnight to recover. If the recovered turgidity, transfer them back to the atmosphere for a couple of hours and again in a humid chamber. Then at this stage, remove this plant and estimate the soil moisture content which corresponds to the permanent wilting point. So the yesterday class we discussed about the permanent wilting plant conditions occur at a soil moisture tension of 15 bar. So under such condition has to be brought. So we have to take a tray or a can where we are sowing the sunflower seeds and we restrict the water. Then we place it in a humid chamber and we make sure that the plant is drying. Further, if we irrigate, the plant will germinate. So moisture content under that condition will be determined as a permanent wilting point. The next determination of moisture equivalent, that is another soil moisture content. The moisture retained in a air dry soil, screen sample of the soil which has been wetted, drained in a standard manner, and then it is centrifuged at a force of 1000 times that of a gravity. That for a 30 minutes, and the moisture equivalent is expressed in moisture percentage on a dry weight basis and approximate field capacity for many medium conditions. Generally, we use the moisture equivalent for a comparison. We take the wet soil, place it in a centrifuge for 1000 times that of gravity as a revolution and at a time for 30 minutes and determine the moisture content in valley soil, clay soil and the silt soil. The procedure here is a piece of filter paper at the bottom of a box and weigh and then put 30 gram of air dry soil in a box which has been sieved through 2 mm sieve. It has been sieved through 2 mm sieve. Then tap the box lightly to level the surface of soil. Next, put the box out and put in a wet towel for 20 minutes so that surplus water is drained out from the box. Also cover the box with another damp cloth to prevent evaporation. The soil in the box has hygroscopic water, the water which is tightly held, and capillary water and gravitational water. When no more water is sticking at the bottom, close each box with corresponding number lid. Then work the machine for 30 minutes at 1000 turns per minute speed. It can calculate it that 40 minutes at a time speed. and the water would be drained out except the attached in the capillary space. Stop the machine after 30 minutes, take out the box, wet again, survey again. It is then put in a oven for 105 degree for 48 hours. The loss in the weight of the box is the moisture equivalent. When calculated on 100 gram of oven dry weight, we will give you the moisture equivalent. The next is the infiltration. So these were the four important soil moisture constant. The remaining two, such as the hygroscopic water, can be also be determined under oven dry, and the next which was the ultimate wilting point. Generally, the condition of the soil where no water is there, plant has already died, and moisture has taken from that soil and determined will give you the moisture content at ultimate wilting point. If you are liking my video, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.